Hello. Well, that's son is brother there. Go this way, maybe. Kind of. I don't know. Anyway, hey, quick heads up: the Medicare enrollment period (OEP) (Open Enrollment Period) for Medicare Advantage plans and uh, prescription drug plans ends on March 31st. So a lot of people don't realize if they miss this deadline, they are actually going to be stuck where they're at up until the end of the calendar year 2026. My name is Jake. I've been helping people with Medicare plans for over 18 years now, focused primarily on the Medicare space and working with people to help make sure that they're in the right plan that fits them and suits them and their needs. Work with those clients continuously throughout the year, each year in the fall. As the annual enrollment period comes back around, which is the time that you normally would make those switches, but it is important that you realize that if you are not happy with the plan that you're in here in the beginning of the year, there is this 3-month window called the open enrollment period, which does allow that a change to be made before you're locked in for the rest of the year. It really can affect, obviously, your costs. What happens if you miss the March 31st deadline? That's a great question. Thank you. So you'll be locked in. The rest of the year we actually refer to as lock-in. So after March 31st, there is no plan changes allowed for Medicare Advantage beneficiaries until January 1st of the following year. That annual enrollment period will open up October 15th, and you can make a decision for what you want to do the following year, but the change won't actually occur until January 1st, in this case, 2027. So it is important, again, if you're in a Medicare Advantage plan now and you do decide that you want to make a change, this may be the last opportunity. There are a couple exceptions, I will say. If you move from one location to another location, it has to be another county at least or another state, then at that point, if there are different plans available in the new place where you're living from where you were, that does give you a 63-day window to make a change. So that's one. Or you could also qualify for Medicaid, medical assistance, based on your finances. That's another thing that may come up. My little guy Olin here is trying to emphasize that's also important. Don't forget about that one, right? So if you do qualify for medical assistance, that can also open up a window of opportunity for a short period of time. But barring one of those two things, generally you're going to be locked in up through the end of the year. So can you switch plans during open enrollment? Yes. So that's actually what I was just getting to. So the open enrollment period from January 1st through March 31st is actually specifically for beneficiaries on a Medicare Advantage plan. That is different from Medicare Supplement. Medicare Advantage is the Part C of Medicare. It's where you've elected to take a private company like United Healthcare or Humana or Aetna or Cigna and use them as your primary coverage instead of original Medicare A and B. So anyone who's on one of those plans has the opportunity to make a change. And there's 3 things that you can do. You can either change from your existing plan to a new plan, another Advantage plan. That's one. Second one is you can drop the Advantage plan you're on, and you could just move over to just have a prescription drug plan and original Medicare. So then the downside there is that you're back on the hook for the 20% Medicare is not covering, but you'd still have drug coverage. Or you could do what I just said, go back to the drug plan, original Medicare, and add a Medicare supplement plan. That's going to give you the other coverage for the 20%. Now, you would have to qualify medically in most cases you would have to go through what we call underwriting, answer health questions for the Medicare supplement plan, unless you were just on this Advantage plan for the first time and for less than a year. There's an allowance there. It's called a trial period. But otherwise, you would have to answer some health questions. So So you can still switch plans right now. If you did make a change, it would be the new plan would be effective April 1st. You can still review your coverage and look at what options you have. And you may realize that the plan that you're on now, is very competitive with as far as the out-of-pocket costs that could come up. Or you may realize that there's other plans out there that have less out-of-pocket expenses. Do you need to do anything if you're already enrolled? No. If you're already enrolled in an Advantage plan and you're happy with it, you don't need to do anything. But if you are already enrolled in a plan and you're not happy with it, that's what we're talking about here. So you don't necessarily have to do anything if you're already enrolled. Your plan is the assumption is if you enroll in an Advantage plan, you're going to keep that for the full calendar year unless you make a change now. So what's important for people to do to make these decisions? Well, first, it's very important to understand that with Advantage plans, you've got a network of doctors and hospitals that will accept the plan. It's not the same as just having original Medicare because just about everybody takes that. With an Advantage plan, you do have specific networks that contracts between the insurance company that you choose to go with and different doctors and hospitals. If there's a doctor that does not have a contract with that plan that you're on, then you may not be able to see them, or at least not have any insurance coverage for seeing them. Likewise with labs, X-ray, imaging facilities, hospitals, all that. So they do have networks. It's much more similar to what you'd have like when you're working and you have a group plan, or if you have an under 65 plan through the health exchange. That's the type of setup that you've got with the Advantage plans. The alternative is the Medicare supplement, and in the Medicare supplement plans, you can just go anywhere Medicare's accepted. So they're very, very free, give you the ability to go wherever you want with no referrals, no rules. As long as Medicare says it's covered, you've got coverage with it with the Medicare supplements. So anyhow, it's important to review and make sure that the doctors that you want to see accept the plan. That's one of the big mistakes that I see happen for people is that, say, they're on an Advantage plan from 2025. They go on through the year. All their doctors are taking the plan, and it's fine. It's all working out great. What they fail to realize is that those doctors can change, and the contracts run out eventually, and they have to be renewed between the health insurance company and them. So there can be times or situations I run into all the time where people are happy they're seeing the doctors they want to see, but then they don't realize that the doctor hasn't renewed their contract for the following year. So they just the individual stays on their current plan. They roll over to the next year, and when they get there, all of a sudden they go to see that doctor. The doctor goes, "Hey, I don't take that anymore." And so now we've got a situation, right? The person's got to decide is it more important for me to stay on this plan, or is it more important for me to have the ability to go see XYZ doctor or provider? Obviously, that's a decision that each person has to make individually, and it may be something that you're willing to change, or it might not. Everybody's got different relationships with their providers. Some of them really are really married to them, as we say. So, any other questions from the chat? I appreciate all all of them, the ones you've put in there so far. So, let me just reiterate. What you need to do before March 31st is, if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan currently, you really need to review your plan, make sure that you're happy with it, make sure that the doctors that you want to see this year are accepting that plan, that they're in network. There hasn't been any changes. You have this opportunity for the next 14 days to make a change if you want to. If something doesn't line up right, the provider's not in, you've been caught by surprise with changes to the copays, if you want to make a change, if you want to ask questions or just get some clarity, feel free to reach out to me. That's what I do. I'm here to help. I'm here to help guide you. I'll be the first one to tell you that if you're in a plan that you're happy with and things are good, stick with it. There's no need to cause, think or make changes or move things around just because you have the ability to do so. But if there is something that came up, and oftentimes things do slip through the cracks, you don't realize how much the premium went up from one year to the next, or how much the copays have changed from one year to the next, or that doctor left the network, then it may be important that you take advantage of this opportunity and don't miss that deadline. Okay, so feel free to reach out to me. If you're watching this video, please follow, and for more stuff coming up in the future, we'll try to be on and do some of these sessions with folks at least once a week or every other week, be able to answer questions throughout the year, because there are other things that come up throughout the year that are really important for everyone to know. And it's not always something that you're just going to find out about by reading the newspaper or watching TV. Let's see. Feel free to drop any questions, even after this ends. If you watch this video and you have a question that comes up and you're not comfortable reaching out by phone or going to the website, you can find that, by the way, that website in the link in the description of the video, MedicareHealthInsuranceAgent.com. If you're not, you can leave a question in the chat here on YouTube, and I'll get a notification. If you want to talk through any of it, if you have friends that or relatives or neighbors that may also have questions, feel free to share. I'm happy to help as many people as possible. That's one of the things that I really enjoy about this position, is why I've been doing it for 20 years almost, is that I like being able to help people. I like being able to make a difference in their life, really helping them save money, helping them feel more confident in the coverage that they have, and not, helping them to take that stress out. I know that health insurance decisions and coverages are confusing at times, and it also can be really stressful. Oftentimes, you might not worry about it too much until something comes up, right? I have people call me quite often. I had a call just this morning from a woman who suddenly had a health thing come up, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I haven't ever had to be hospitalized. I haven't had to go through this yet. What should I expect? What am I going to owe a whole bunch of money? What's going to happen?" So those, that's the kind of thing that I like, being able to answer that call and speak to people and help reassure them this is how it's going to work, so you're not surprised. We got you coverage. Don't sweat it. Take care of your health. Any other questions that you have for me now, feel free to drop them in. If not, again, you can drop questions after the live ends, and then I'll get notice. You can go to the website and you can send me any kind of requests through my website. But please follow and like the video if you found this information helpful. I appreciate you watching. Oh, subscribe. Sorry. Please subscribe, not follow. We're on the wrong platform there. We're on lingo. Please subscribe. Thank you.